Must be
So
excited about having the new studio.
Yeah, it's just a lot of work.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work, man. A lot of physical work. It's just because you're building, and we're building it from scratch. So I'm redoing the floors, the walls, the ceiling, everything from scratch. We gutted out the electricity. We everything is
Wow.
just we from scratch. So we started in November, and I thought I was going to be able to be in by now, but we just been building. I think we won't be open for like another 2 months probably. So it's just been working every day, and trying to juggle the VeVe Arcade channel, because I'm really excited about this YouTube, this community, this especially the YouTube channel. I love YouTubing for some reason. I love videoing and I love editing.
Oh, but you're very good at it, man. I mean,
yeah,
your
you are.
streams are so much fun. I mean,
Yeah,
your little shorts are very cool as well, but the streams, man, the streams are so much fun. You're so engaged and, like I said before, very energetic, and it's a good time for everyone around. It's a shame I don't get a chance to catch that many of them, but you look right at home on in front of a camera, on a microphone, on YouTube.
yeah,
Definitely
yeah,
your thing.
yeah. I have a lot of
Yeah.
fun with it, man, and it's different. It's really different because I have a YouTube channel where I talk about breaking events and breakdancing battles.
Hmm.
And
Okay.
in that community, I've been in the community for a long time, but it's really a closed ecosystem in a sense, because breakdancing is so big and international that it's still small. And it doesn't matter how good you are, there's a market cap on the viewers that you're going to get on
Yeah.
a breakdancing video, compared
Mhm.
to a Spider-Man video, where now it's limitless. It's not enclosed like that. So I've been doing that YouTube channel for years now, and it's so difficult to get engagement. It's so difficult to get anything rolling. And I feel like the this space, this NFT space, this community is so supportive of each other, not
Yeah.
compared to the dance community, because the dance community is really cutthroat, because it's you versus another person, and there's only one winner. In this
Very
Right.
community,
competitive.
we're a group. And if the price of my Batman goes up, everybody's price goes up. So everybody's happy. So in this
Yeah.
space, everybody wants to support each other and see everybody win. We're not sitting here fudding somebody else's, like, oh, I hope your Rizzo goes to zero because I want my no, everybody's like, I hope y'all win. And
Right.
that is a different feeling for me. That's a different feeling for me. And not to say that the dance community or the breaking world is negative, but there's I see the difference in this community, and I like it. I feel good in it, and it seems positive in a sense, even though there's a lot of FUD, but I still enjoy it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to balance out my life right now when it comes to this space, but it's so fun that it's so hard.
You do an amazing job with those little shorts, man. I mean, you get everything out there that needs to be said, all the important information, really, quick format. It's over in a second, but we get a little bit of a look, a few little visuals in there, man. I really enjoy those little shorts. I look forward to them.
Thank you. I enjoy them too. Thank you. And shout outs to Old Rhubarb. He's
Mhm.
we were talking last year, and he brought it up to me. He was because I started a TikTok. I have
Okay.
no
Okay.
idea why I started a TikTok, but I started a TikTok, and I started my Twitter recently too. I just started my Twitter joining VeVe. I wasn't really on Twitter like that. I got a TikTok, and I did one short like that where I cut up a previous video, because I used to do long videos, these comic book breakdowns where I talk about the comic book. I
Okay.
used to do those. That I think one of my first video on my YouTube channel was me talking about a comic book and reading through the comic.
Okay.
But it was like a 3-minute video, and nobody saw it. And I said to myself, well, I need to get more viewers. So I figured the shorter the video, the more views you get. That's just
Mhm.
the
For
rule of
sure.
thumb,
Yeah.
So I had to figure out how to get my content and break down that 3-minute video into 3 1-minute videos. So then I started doing this 3-minute video and consciously filming it in a way that I can break up 3-minute sections off of it. So now I could talk about one thing in 3 minutes, where I just end up simplifying everything and just doing one minute video for each item. And did that on my TikTok. Old Rhubarb really put it in my ear. He was like, yo man, those videos are good, you should keep it up. And he gave me the battery in my bag, so I just started just running with it. And I did come up with a game plan on what I want to do with these shorts, because I'm saving them. My goal was to do all the comic books, because I'm a comic book guy. So I want to talk about all the comic books. And when the VeVe app has the feed where you can post comments and people can look at it. It's like an Instagram. I think that VeVe is going to develop that in a way that's going to be important for you to have friends on there and communicate through that social aspect of VeVe. That when that happens, they're going to eventually develop it in a way where we can post 1-minute videos onto the app. And when that happens, I want to have a library ready so people can go back, because we're going to get a wave of new users eventually. And when that wave comes, I want to be there in the forefront where they can have a library or a catalog on previous drops and having 1-minute information dumps on them on the app.
For sure, because for new people, sorry, D, for new people coming in, who are looking in the market for and can't decide what they want to buy, it doesn't matter if it's just dropped, if it's the drop coming up or whatever. If they can get like a short background on that, it's going to help their decision. I think that's a great idea.
Well, it'll be the first time for them. So for us, Vader is old. To us, Vader is old. Yeah. But when we get the new wave, Vader's going to be new to them. Like everything's going to be new to them. Like everything's going to be new to the world. And we don't think of it like that, So I'm trying to position myself for the VeVeVerse. One of the reasons I really was focusing on my channel when I started the channel name, and I tried to figure out what I was going to call myself. My biggest thing when I saw VeVe, I saw it as, okay, an arcade machine, right? You have an arcade machine. When I was a kid, there was an arcade everywhere I went. 7-Eleven, there's a grocery store, there was an arcade. Everywhere and my mom gave me $1, and I went and I got distracted for 20 minutes playing 4 games. And that's where I saw VeVe. That's what I saw VeVe. VeVe was a place where kids could come in and rent a Marvel Mighty for $1. And yeah, you're not gonna get rich off of 4 quarters, but now if you got 100 machines and you're getting 4 quarters every 5 minutes, now you're making money. And I figured that VeVe was that in a sense, in a Web3 space. And I just wanted to cultivate a community of, what did we do in the arcade? Everybody just met up with each other and hung out playing video games. And that's what I foresaw VeVe to become one day, is a place for us to get together, play games. It's just like we did in the arcade room. And that's really what was the basis of my channel. So I kind of wanted to, I don't even know how I got into this rant, but that's what gets me excited about this. The VeVeVerse aspect, the social aspect of this is important to me. Making money is important as well, but the social aspect is something that, because that's cultural and that's going to go way more viral than a chart. And
for sure.
And the power of that is incredible. I mean, I could easily see something going viral from VeVe to just, all it takes is one tweet.
Right.
For VeVe to change, all it takes is one tweet. Even in the enclosed ecosystem within ourselves, if David Yu says, hey, comics in showroom tomorrow, comics are going to triple. And all it takes is one tweet from anybody for this to just change. It could be Kanye West tweeting a Batman, him standing next to a Batman, to where something like that could culturally have an impact on the app. And I think that we're getting set up for it, and we're not there yet. We might not be there for another year, hopefully. And but we won't be there yet anytime soon, I believe. So yeah. I'm excited about the space,
Yeah, you can tell in your voice.
You can't help but be, huh? Touching on the VeVeVerse, I wanted to ask you about that because I was watching, I can't remember when you were talking about it, but I remember seeing you talking about the VeVeVerse, and you kind of were staring into middle space, like you've got this very clear vision of what you expect it to be. So I want you to paint us a picture of what does VeVe Arcades space look like in phase 1 of the VeVeVerse. What can we expect to see if we come over to your place?
I have no idea yet of what we're expected to see. Now, obviously, there's some things that I have in the works on the side. I'm trying to build a VeVeVerse gallery. like not a VeVeVerse gallery, but like a VeVe studio, like a gallery. So on Spatial, you can hire people to build you a space, a home. And I wanted to create a VeVe gallery to where instead of walls, it'll be the letters, the V, and you could put my on the V.
Wow.
And then I'm gonna have, you know, and build the space and, you know, in homage of the VeVe space, and make it, the door could be like the vault. So it looks like you're coming into a vault, but it's a spatial space. So I was thinking about the Kid Arcade home. It'd be like the skeleton guy and you walk into his mouth and that's my living room. I was thinking about creating virtual spaces like that in that sense. But I think more importantly, what we're doing right now in the current moment, I think it's going to be what I'm really excited about. What we're doing, getting together every Sunday morning and playing games. I want to be in the forefront of that when it comes to the VeVeVerse. We're going to have TV shows in the VeVeVerse. We're going to have games. It's going to be very important. And it's going to be a game of who can attract the most people into your space. And that's what the game is going to be. And I need to be a key player in that sense. And that's why I'm so adamant about bringing everybody onto Spatial, because I want my followers to already be used to that type of space. So now when I introduce you to the VeVeVerse, you kind of have a general idea of how it's going to work out, and you're probably into it already, you know? And I think that, you know, in a sense, getting everybody ready for it is what I'm doing. So when it comes, I'm not jumping around trying to get an audience. I'm doing that now, way ahead of time. So when it does get here, you know, we can all have fun together.
Yeah, kudos to you.
And I think that you'll be able to sell advertisements in there, because it's going to be so new and there's going to be a lot of companies throwing money at it, that they'll have the analytics of how many people you can attract. Like VeVe Vault's going to have probably one of the biggest live stream parties in the VeVeVerse, right? Man, when it comes to
that's
drop.
Gonna be dope.
So we're it's happening already. Like everybody that's doing this now is going to be the key players when it does happen, right? And I think it's just one, there's something about me that I'm really good at, is always staying consistent, you know, and I think that's big. That's a big thing, is just being consistent, because that's the hardest thing to do.
Yeah.
But if we stay consistent, it's gonna work. There's no
lose.
There's no. Yeah, it's gonna. Now, how fast? Maybe some people are gonna do it faster than others, right? Because some people are more consistent. Like VeVe Vault, that guy streams like 5 times a week or something. And I try to, but it's impossible for me to go on as much as he does. So, you know, it's, some people are just going to be ahead of the game. VeVe Vault just has a platform. He's so consistent, and it's almost like if he's not there, something's wrong. You know, that's almost what it's like.
It's weird when he's not there, for sure.
Or anybody, or if my collectibles doesn't do a video for 3 days, it's what if he doesn't post or do a video in 1 day? People are like, what happened?
Is he okay?
It's so it's almost like we're creating these habits, and this is gonna only transfer into the spatial, the 3D, right? The Web 3, the metaverse, the VeVeVerse, or whatever it's called.
It'll be the new norm.
It'll be the new norm. Yeah, I see kids having birthday parties. These kids are not gonna, you know, it's just a different time. These kids are gonna. This is not for us, in a sense. This is for 3 generations from now, 4 generations from now, and it's gonna be a different thing. And hopefully I'm alive to see some of it, just a little bit.
My daughter's into like Roblox and Minecraft. It's kind of like I guess similar to Spatial, where she's like, I need more Roblox coins, Robux. I'm like, what? I need to buy this accessory and, you know, build my space. I'm like, oh my gosh, like she knows way more than I do. So I don't know.
My daughter's just recently gotten into Minecraft, and she's just constantly going, look what I built now, look what I made now, look what I made now. And I'm just saying to her, look, you know what? You wait till VeVeVerse comes out. I'm going to let you go like hog wild in my space, right? You can build your own house in the VeVeVerse, and she's really excited about it. She doesn't even really. I mean, she's only 9 years old. She doesn't really have anything on VeVe or anything. But when I tell her about, you know, what's going to be possible in the VeVeVerse, man, she's super excited about it. So
and the dope thing is that we got Elsa. You know, like you can't compete. It's almost like, you know, when I first got into what gets me so excited is that when I first started my NFT project, my personal project, I started minting, and I got into OpenSea, and I was messing around with people that were into it, but I think we're still early, but 3 years ago is way too early. And I ended up making the NFTs. I called my mom. I told her, Mom, you should NFT. And my mom was old school. My mom plays Angry Birds. So she's like, what? No, I'm not getting on that shit. I told my sister, no, she's not getting on it. So I found myself in a space, and I built the gallery on cyber.io. It was before Spatial. And I was on there and I built a space, and I was like, nobody was in it. And it's like, oh, why isn't nobody coming? So there was no reason for them to come. You know, one, the crypto wallet was way too complicated for my mom to understand. And two, she wasn't going to put her information into something she doesn't understand or trust.
Right.
And there was a lot of barriers for her to come into the space to where it was not going to happen. But now VeVe, what got me excited about VeVe is that because of VeVe, I'll be able to sell my work to my mom, right? Because VeVe has closed the gap to where she doesn't need to buy crypto. She could just put her credit card on her Apple that she trusts, and she'll be able to put her money in and go buy whatever she can. And I'm pretty sure that they're going to close the gap with OpenSea and all these places where behind the scenes they're going to do the transfer with you, where you just drop your debit card and just buy an item without needing to worry about the technology behind it, right? And I think that when the day comes, it's gonna be here, and it's gonna hit so aggressively. I believe it's just gonna take a long time for us to. I don't know. What do you guys think? When do you guys think we'll get a bull run?
Well, if you watch Randy's video from last night, he seems to have some mates who think it's the signs are saying it's starting now. But look, I'm not a big crypto guy, so I wouldn't even hazard a guess.
Okay,
but what I am
about like VeVe market.
Oh, this man, it's hard to say. It depends on whether they get their stuff done and how well it's received and all that.
Yeah.
But touching on what you were just saying, I'm a really good example of what you're talking about, because I am involved in the Web3 space, at least to some extent. I watch a lot of the material about NFTs and all of that, and even me. The only NFT I own outside of VeVe is my drop head, because I can't be bothered with all that MetaMask stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
and even me,
confusing.
I'm like, look, VeVe's great for me because I could just charge up my card, put some money on, buy something I love,
And it's
all
easy.
stuff that I know.
And you recognize it.
Yeah.
And so and that's gonna, by supporting that, you're gonna support the indie artists behind that. So because if anybody's gonna make it, it's gonna be Disney first. It's gonna be the bigger brands that are gonna make it popular for us to come into to benefit from it. Otherwise nobody's gonna care about an NFT.
Yeah, and it's not even only that. That's why I was talking earlier about their plans for the Artist Alley, because since I've been on VeVe, there's all these big IPs that I know. There's RoboCop and Disney and Marvel and all that. But I've learned about and fallen in love with artists I've never even heard of before, thanks to this app.
Yep.
I'm a huge Tara McPherson fan right now.
That's right.
I love the Scott Tolson Dragons.
Yep. That's cool. I'm a comic book guy, and in the real world, well, it's so weird to say in the real world, but I go to comic book shops, and I know comic book collectors that have been collecting for 30-40 years, and they're not coming onto VeVe. Some real world collectors, they're not coming onto the digital platforms. It's not, maybe a percentage of them are, but I think that what's beautiful is that we're creating new collectors right now. Like yourself. And there's a lot of people that were never into comic books, but now because of VeVe, they're into comic books. And
loads of them.
The people, the real world collectors that are not coming in are going to be offset by the new collectors that we're creating. So it's almost like we're not going to see an overnight change where the market is just going to pump triple because there's collectors here now. No, the market's going to grow gradually because we're creating the collectors now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Fun times.
Oh man, amazing. We got a lot ahead of us, huh? Got a lot ahead of us.
Pieces. So I've been trying to stack on these pieces that nobody's really paying attention. Even the DeLorean, the flying DeLorean.
Man, that's being slept on like crazy. I can't believe it.
It's still available in the market.
I know. There's still like, what is it, a couple of thousand of us in the store, I think.
Yeah, I don't have one though.
Yo, and the thing is that the floors are so thin. If you go look at it, the floors are thin, and people don't get it. It's like when the VeVeVerse comes,
oh man,
there's gonna be things that
forever.
It's gone. It's a flying car. What?
When you see how crazy people went over the original DeLorean, there's like 13,000 of those.
Yo,
right?
Way more. And the drivable one, the big one, was almost at 1,300 at one point. It was almost
It
at
was
1K.
madly expensive. Yeah.
Yeah. I think my girl got it at 800.
Yeah.
You know, so to think of one that flies, I think we're taking it for granted. And we saw it in the
Oh, for
There
sure.
is no other car that flies anyways. Like, what other car can they bring in that could fly and drive at the same time? That's as cool as a DeLorean. There is no other flying car.
Yeah, there is
Unless we get Mask. Remember that cartoon Mask?
No, the
I don't-
movie
Back in the
cartoon.
80s, you know, like the I won't go into it, but
No,
there was
no,
an
no, I
old
don't know.
cartoon
I don't know
called
that one.
Mask that everyone uses.
Well, it's not a DeLorean. I'm telling you that right now.
No, it's not a DeLorean. But yeah, it's nuts. It's nuts.
People are
I've got a couple
sleeping.
of them. I want to get some more.
And one day we're gonna look back, kind of like, and that's why I love Crypto Pro, because he's already been through this. You know, he was buying, and this is how people become whales. It is exactly during times like this.
For sure.
You know,
Yeah.
we can't, like, I can't be scared. Obviously, this is a risky thing to get into. But this is how we're gonna benefit from it the most, right? Because we were just here so early. One day we're gonna look back and we're gonna say to ourselves, "Man, I wish I
We're
would have
so
gotten more
lucky."
comics.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Why didn't I buy
Comics.
more?
Because in the long run, it'll all pay off,
Yeah,
and you'll
and
be glad that you did it now.
yeah, and some of these people were buying comic books like Marvel Comics #1.
Hmm.
They were buying it for like 5 gems.
Dude, my friend bought a couple of them at 30 gems. And I said he was crazy. I was like, "You're paying 30 gems for a comic book? What are you, out of your mind?" And then it went up to like, what was it, $400-500 just for
Yeah.
the comic?
No, it was 800.
For the
Oh,
comic?
it went up
I think
to 800.
Yeah, Marvel's #1, right?
Crazy.
Marvel Comics
Yeah.
#1.
Yeah, Marvel #1.
Yeah. I think
Oh,
Yeah,
it
he's
was
paying
800.
$30. I was like, "You're out of your mind, mate. Paying $30 for that."
Well, when I came into the app, it was those prices. I mean, I
Yeah.
came in December of last year, and when I came in, it was right before the bull run.
Yeah, right.
And me and my girl got it at the same time, and she got the Steamboat Willie on the drop, and
oh wow.
that was her first drop. So
Wow,
so
she got one, the
lucky.
ultra rare.
yeah, no, she got the ultra rare. So
Wow.
you could imagine, and we didn't know
Score.
what it was at the moment. We're like,
Yeah.
oh, we got it, whatever, But then we started looking at the price,
Yeah.
and it was like boom, 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 boom.
Oh man, it was
And we
super.
were
It's
like,
still quite
what?
high. It's still like $400 or something.
It's still and this is what I'm saying when people say, oh, where in the world is she gonna put $60 in and still be up like
In
6x?
this market.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She's
in
still up
this market.
6x. And obviously sometimes we look back at it and like, oh, I wish we would have sold at 10,000 or 8,000 or
Yeah.
even 7 or 5 or 3 even,
Yeah.
And obviously it's the experience and the lessons, because we got to experience it go all the way up, and now we're experiencing it going all the way down.
Yeah.
And I think that's very valuable, and I think we can't forget about that, because of this, it has maybe a better trader. It has maybe understand the market better. So when the bull run comes, I'll be able to maneuver it better than I did in the last one. And
Yeah,
I'm
it's
more
like the other
aware.
day somebody was saying, like, how much money have you lost on NFTs? And I was like, listen, I haven't lost any money. I've just paid tuition fees.
Mhm.
I've been
Mhm.
learning
Thank you.
from everything.
Thank you. It's entertainment value at the end of the day. And
Exactly.
if
But
I
listen,
lose-
I'm going to have to leave you guys because I've got to get my girl up and get her ready for school.
Okay.
Sorry to jump out so abruptly, but
No, you're all good. Thanks
it
for
is what it
coming
is.
on, though. Thank you.
hey, look, it's been a pleasure. It was really lovely to finally meet you, Arcade. I've been looking forward to it for a while.
Yeah.
And,
You're one of
Duke
his
and
top
Cuba.
guys. Duck and cover.
Duck and Koba.
yeah, you keep calling me Dukin, man.
I know.
Dukin.
Dukin, because that's what it sounds like. Dukin.
It's duck and cover. Duck and
Duck
cover.
and
You got to
cover.
say it with the Australian
Oh,
accent.
duck and cover.
Duck and
Yeah.
cover.
Duck and cover.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, guys, it's been a pleasure. Really big pleasure. Thanks for coming, Arcade.
Thank you.
And look, I'll see you in your streams. I'll see you around. We're all bouncing around the
Oh.
place, lurking here and there.
That's right. I'll see you.
All right, sweet as a nut.
Well,
All right, guys, have a good
there's
one.
another one of those sayings.
Duck and
Thank
cover.
you, Duck and cover. Thank you so
Cheers,
much for
guys.
coming.
See you
See
guys.
you.
around. Thanks for the
Peace.
invitation, Dee and Hanana. Really appreciate it. It was a great time, and I'll speak to you guys soon as well.
Yeah.
Talk
Have
to
a
you
good
soon.
day. Thank
See you
you.
guys. Bye bye.
I know.
But I don't know how much more time you have, but I know it's 8, 9, 10, 10:30 over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got to go pretty soon?
I don't know. I'm a little tired, but I can still hang out for a little bit.
Okay. Well, speaking on comics, you mentioned a little while ago that you were working on a comic book too, right? For yourself?
Yes. So I wrote a comic book and with my boy Steve. There's a guy in the community. His name is B-Boy Steve Zoo. He's the one that got, he's the one that got me into VeVe actually. And I actually wrote a comic book, a concept. We actually sat here and wrote out and did the storyboard on it. We broke up the comic into 25 pages. We kind of took big steps towards it. And I haven't done anything in since the beginning of this year. I haven't really even touched it because one of the main things that I was running an issue with was how was the character going to look like. So I have the story down on what the story is going to be like. I just don't have the visuals yet. So I don't know what the main character is going to look like. And I've been spending this past month on trying to figure out a Kid Arcade character that I'm happy with. And he's obviously going to have a skull face, kind of like what I have now, but a comic book version of him. So that's what I've been trying to do, is just develop a character. But you know, it's just hard with everything that I got going on. I'm doing a painting at the moment with the videos, and everything is just happening that it's gonna happen. And I should have it. I do got a timeline in my head that by the end of this year I'm gonna have it finalized and ready to be out.
Oh,
yeah.
Are you gonna put it like on OpenSea kind of thing?
I think so. Yeah, I think I want to do physical copies. I want to do physical copies. Yeah,
that's so cool.
Yeah, I want to do physical. My dream is to get physical copies and have them on the slabs. You know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just so you know, I don't know how we're gonna make that happen, but I don't know if you're able to like submit just indie comics into CGC and have them graded. I don't know if they do that type of stuff, but we can always bootleg it. We can always find a way to put a plastic casing on them, and we can make our own tags and just make our own versions of it as well.
Oh, you never know. Maybe reach out to someone out there in the community, and maybe someone else has that idea of getting that.
Yeah.
You know, for the comics, for slabbing. I don't know. That would be pretty cool. I would get one when it's all done.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for it, and you know, I have so many plans, but they're all just ideas. But yeah, the comic book is something that we started doing, and I'm excited for it. I need to create a character that I'm happy with. You know, because this character that I put out, I want to make a toy out of him, do the comic with him, but I want him to have a specific look. And I have a 3D character now that I've been working on, but it's the character, it's the Kid Arcade character.
Yeah, I saw that you had it on Discord, like the rough draft of it.
Yeah, I have this character that it's, you know, and I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. You know, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just
doing everything.
I'm just trying to do it all, you know?
Yeah. That's amazing though. And you still have time to come on here and talk story with me. So yeah, thank you so much.
No problem. This is a lot of fun.
Yeah. So why is it called Kid Arcade? Is it because it's like your kid in a way that you made this?
Yeah, well, the channel, it started with the channel name. You know, I wanted a channel name, and when I came up with VeVe Arcade, I knew that I wanted that word arcade. I grew up in the 80s, so I'm a big fan of Nintendo video games. So it just fit with what I love. And you know, everybody calls me Smurf. Not everybody, but some people call me Smurf in the real world. But that's not a name that I picked. It was something that got stuck on me. So this was like, you know, I picked the name Arcade, and when I can intentionally create the NFT project when I started the YouTube channel. I can even wanted to put out art. The YouTube channel was just a way for me to communicate with other people that were into VeVe. You know, it wasn't until my collectibles started doing this drop heads.
Oh yeah.
So where I'm like, ooh, I'm an artist. I could do an NFT project as well. You know, and how everybody, because I went and I got one of his, and it was just being connected to a community. That was what unlocked the thought of the NFT in my mind on why this is created the way it is, and why the purpose of this is to bring everybody together and to have a sense of community. That is the purpose of this NFT, and that made me create mine. And when I created my character, it's I've always been I'm a tattooer, so everything I do, I put a skull face on it. I've done it since I was a kid. I like skulls. So when I created the NFT project, I wanted the body is from Mega Man.
Oh.
If you look at the body, his body is Mega Man's body, but he has an 8-bit skull. And obviously he has accessories of other 8-bit worlds. Like some of them have overalls, and those are from Mario. Some of them, they all have different characteristics of 8-bit characters. So I wanted to create a character that I could mix and match in fun ways. And what better than video games, right? So, it's just everything revolves around that idea of arcades, video games, fun, trivia. That's really what I want to do.
Yeah, when I saw when I got your Kid Arcade NFT, I was looking at one. I'm like, why is he upside down? And I was like, oh, right, breakdancing, right?
Yeah.
Like spinning. So I was like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I gotta get more, because your stuff is just amazing, and you just do it in like to me it's like a short amount of time, but for you it's like probably in between all your other stuff you got going on in your life.
Yeah, I carry my iPad with me everywhere I go. So like today I was building. I spent maybe 6-7 hours working on my studio, maybe more actually, like 8 hours. I was building the studio, and when I got there, I spent like 30 minutes in my car just drawing. So like all day long, like throughout the day, I'm just creating NFTs. So like I spend 20 minutes outside drawing them. When I'm inside of work, I'll work for 2 hours, then I'll sit down and I'll draw for like 10-20 minutes. So it happens during the course of life. So when I sometimes when it's like, oh shit, I got 3-4 airdrops coming in, I've had them, and I just have so much work. That's why I release them so fast. I could really probably release one every day.
Wow. Yeah.
But it's like I can't do that because obviously, so now I just release a few a week. But even when I do that, I'm like, I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna do 4 just because I got so much content, and so sometimes I gotta like just preserve it and maybe scale it back a bit. So I'm trying to take more breaks between airdrops because I could just do them every day.
Yeah, that's good that you have a backup, so you're not just doing them every day if you don't need to. You have like, I guess, a stack. So when you are ready, then you just boom, shoot them out. So I know we're getting all spoiled with all the airdrops. I'm like, oh, this is amazing. So my collection is slowly growing.
Yeah.
So
yeah. And I initially promised everybody 1 airdrop a month. That's what everybody's getting, 1 a month. Right now, you're right. We are getting spoiled because we're getting multiple a week sometimes.
Yeah.
But so, right now I'm enjoying it, and as long as I keep having fun with it, I'm gonna keep doing it when I feel like doing it. I just feel like doing it a lot. Sometimes maybe I'll take a break and I'll do 2 every 2 weeks, or maybe I'll do that 1 a month. Sometimes if I'm really busy, but what I do promise everybody is at least 1 a month. And then during the live streams, I'm obviously gonna give away a bunch of different ones.
But yeah, thank you for taking your time out of your night to come and just hang out for a bit.
No problem.
Thanks for bearing with me, as this is my first time.
Yeah, and sorry because I know you guys were asking me questions, and sometimes I just start talking, and then I'll lose what I'm saying, and great. It's like, shit, what was I saying?
No, good. Go on rants. I like rants because that's you. This is for you to talk about yourself and whatever you want to talk about. So go for it.
That's right.
But yeah, so anyways, thank you so much again for coming on.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me. And I'm happy you guys are doing this. You guys are really jumping on to like the YouTube or to the space of interviewing and creating content. And we need more of this. I think that we the more the better, right? Because I think that this community is so I haven't seen any other crypto or NFT project or community as strong as this.
Yeah,
and the amount of entertainment, like every day there's a new video on VeVe. It's never a day that goes by that somebody doesn't post something, and interesting stuff's always happening. And I think that once we get more people in here, not everybody's gonna vibe with me. Not everybody's gonna vibe with that person, but somebody's gonna vibe with you. And I think that we need to have all these different flavors for people when they come in. They'll have somewhere to go, or they can do it all. Because there's some people that are on your live stream, my collectibles live stream. There's the same people sometimes, you know.
Yeah.
So it's really dope, and I think we need that more of that. So yeah, guys, congratulations.
Oh, thank you. I know this is we're very amateur. Just starting, making mistakes, but learning. And yeah, it's so nice to have support from you and everyone else that's really given us a lot of feedback. So we're slowly learning, slowly getting there.
It's a growing it's a process, right?
Yeah. But yeah, so thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I really do.
Thank you guys, for real. Appreciate you, Hinano. I know you back there behind the scenes.
Yeah, I'm trying to be quiet. Thank you so much for coming on, Arcade. And I'm also proud of my wife for manning the seat today without me. She did a great job.
Fuck no.
That's right. Yo, I got so
for Delilah.
That's right.
All right, well, if you guys are good, I'm going to stop the recording.
Yeah.
All right, Roger, give me just a sec.
Yeah.
Wow, I got so tired already. I'm like, oh.
I'm sorry.
No. It's not your fault. It's not your fault at all. I just had a long. I've been so busy just.